How's it going, everybody? It's your friend Frozen down here, and welcome back to a brand new video. And in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to become a police officer in Vancouver. This has been highly requested for a very long time now, and the old tutorial I made a while back is just not updated enough to the current training curriculum on how VPD works. And there's been a lot of changes recently. I mean, we have a whole new map. So the first step, obviously, if you are watching this video, is you're going to go ahead and go to the description, and you're going to go ahead and find the link which essentially sends you to the City of Vancouver, Canada group. So once you're here, you're going to hit affiliates. You're going to go over to Vancouver Police Department, and you're going to hit join. I'm already in it on my other account, so your first rank is obviously going to be applicant, but we're hoping to get you to special municipal constable as soon as we can here, and hopefully you'll climb the ranks to inspector one day, maybe even superintendent. You never know. But once you are in the group, you're going to want to go ahead and join the Discord server. So the Discord server code is actually VPD, or you can click our invite code right there, and it will essentially send you to Discord. And make sure to only sign up for Discord if you are over the age of 13 as well. Otherwise, you will get kicked from our server. Once you have signed up for Discord and you have Discord on your computer, that's going to be a very useful tool in knowing when we host trainings. There's actually a couple trainings you're going to want to go to. The first training is going to be your introductory training that will be hosted, and that essentially goes over the basic stuff: classroom, introduction to the department, etc. All right, so let's go over getting yourself ready for training after you've joined the Discord and the group. So the first few things you're going to want to do to get yourself ready for training is you're going to want to make sure your Roblox character is realistic for the most part. So we actually have a uniform guideline that needs to be followed. So first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to remove any glasses or hats, and you're most likely just going to want to go in plain clothes essentially. So you could just wear that. It doesn't really matter. We actually have uniforms that you can put on at our training center, so you don't have to buy anything, which is super useful. But you're going to want to go looking realistic. And another important thing too is you won't want to be wearing any packages. So if any of these are selected, you most likely have a package on, and you're going to have to deselect anything. It essentially makes you look not really like a block character anymore. So you're going to want to remove those as well. You can just do that, and you're also going to want to have a realistic skin tone as well. Obviously, no human is going to be blue or green. Just keep it realistic, guys. We're not aliens. But yeah, you're going to want to make sure you select the right skin tone as well. All right, so let's say that one of the superintendents has posted an introductory training is being hosted. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hit the link to join. That's going to pop up right there, and you're going to want to go ahead and join the server. So there's actually going to be a few instructions that are going to be listed on the set message that's going to tell you certain things. All right, so now that you've arrived for your training, you're going to want to go ahead and enter through the doors of the Vancouver Police Department Academy, and you're going to want to go ahead and head forward through these doors. Now, this is what I like to call our little STS briefing room. This is essentially where all your trainings will be started. This is where we wait our instructors to arrive, so this is actually a pretty important room to be in. But obviously your uniform is going to look a little bit different. Once you click those lockers, they'll automatically set it to what you need to be wearing, but you're going to go ahead and want to step on these two dotted lines. Make sure your feet are kind of lined up on them, and it's also going to be, PTS is going to be active. So essentially PTS means that you need to ask for permission to speak once you've joined the game. So you can't just be like, hello everyone, like that. That's not very professional, guys. So if you want to talk, you're going to have to request for permission to speak. You can usually just say PTS, or it's actually spell it out. Most people just do PTS. And if they come up to you and say, granted, you can go ahead and talk to the instructor. Those are some of the most basic things. I mean, if you start breaking PTS right off the bat, you're probably not going to get selected for a promotion in that training. And if you do get promoted to the rank of trainee, which hopefully you pass your first introductory training, you're essentially going to be going to a preliminary training. So this is a little bit more in depth than the introductory training. It essentially goes over a lot more things such as traffic stops, defensive tactics, and there is actually a 5-question quiz at the end of your training. And if you happen to get all those questions right, you will actually be promoted to Special Municipal Constable. So essentially, a Special Municipal Constable, his or her duties is to uphold the law in Vancouver, whether that's providing traffic enforcement or responding to calls. They are actually equipped with non-lethal weapons. So if we have a noise complaint or a less aggressive call that's not as high risk, we will be sending a Special Municipal Constable to calm down the situation. They do have the full authority to detain you, but they cannot actually arrest you. But that's going to be one of your first steps when you join the department, but you will be able to go on team once you are an SMC. Now, for those people that really want to progress and they shoot for the stars, they will actually have to attend another training to become a constable. And this training is going to be called an elemental training. So this training will essentially train you on how to use lethal force, and you will be a constable in the Vancouver Police Department. You won't have cuffs yet though. You have to actually go to the rank of sergeant to receive cuffs though. And if you do want to become a sergeant, you're going to have to attend an elite training. An elite training is also hosted at this training facility, but just like the elemental training, you will need to do a quiz that will be posted in the Discord at the end. This quiz ensures that you are paying attention for the whole duration of the training, which you should be, as there's lots of useful information that will be needed on your patrols. Alright, so let's say that you passed both of the trainings you were told to attend. So you passed your introductory training and your preliminary training. So you've passed those two. Now you are actually able to patrol. So the first step to patrolling is we actually have Vancouver V2 linked on the Vancouver Police Department group page. So once you are there, you will actually be able to play the game for free. So the game's actually free now if you guys didn't know. It's pretty fun. It's a full 1-to-1 scale of the city of Vancouver, so we're ensuring maximum realism. Now that we are in the game though, we're going to go ahead and hit the bottom left business briefcase, and you're going to want to go ahead and switch over to Vancouver Police Department. Alright, so now that we're on the Vancouver Police Department, you're going to want to set your call sign. You can essentially set it to any 3-digit call sign you want. For this video, I'm going to set it to 431. But once you have your 3 unique digit call sign, you're going to want to head over to the uniform locker and get your uniform on. Obviously, you cannot go out in plain clothes. So you're going to want to you could either get a jacket, a light jacket. It's honestly up to you guys. Personally, I think that this jacket looks super awesome, the striped jacket. You can get your duty pants on, and you can get a duty belt, or you can get a full-on reflective vest that says traffic authority. I highly recommend wearing your duty belt though, just because it looks a lot more professional than being a walking traffic cone. But once you have done that, you are basically good to go for your patrol. I highly recommend organizing your tools, so you can, if you need to grab something quickly, you can do so. Once you have done that, you want to make sure everything's kind of loaded up with your ammo. Maybe test out your taser a couple times, get the cartridges back on. Looks good to me. And you're gonna want to go ahead and save your loadout as well. So saving your loadout's really useful, just in case if you do die, you can respawn and get that loadout loaded up within a couple of seconds. Alright, now we're gonna go ahead and spawn a car. You can pretty much use any car you see here. It might be different by the time you watch this video, but I do recommend using a either a Charger or a Crown Victoria if you're an SMC. Alright, now that we are in our Dodge Charger, we are essentially good to go. So make sure you drive with your headlights on if it's night, and call in 10-8 as well. It's R and F to switch gears, by the way, guys, if you didn't know. But yeah, there's actually, now I'm going to demonstrate some of the siren and light modes for you guys, just so you know which ones to use while you are patrolling. So pattern 3 is going to be your pattern, what you're going to be using if you're responding to a call or if you're essentially pulling someone over. This is your code 3 pattern. Pattern 2 is also going to be another code 3 pattern that you can use if you're responding to a call or pulling someone over. What I like to do is I like to use pattern 3 when I'm pulling someone over. It's bright, it gets their attention, and I'm going to use pattern 2 once they're pulled over. It's a more consistent pattern that I find traffic is able to see better. Now, pattern 1 is also a good pattern as well, but it's a little bit more unique because if you guys have not already noticed, it is only lighting up the back of my light bar. This is used for essentially if you're finishing up a traffic stop and they're free to go, you can throw on pattern 1 if you just need to finish up some paperwork in the streets. So we have a rumbler and a normal siren. So the rumbler basically sends vibrations into the ground, which gets people's attention more easily. The real life Vancouver Police Department uses the rumbler siren, so we decided to add it as well. Another important thing to use is your directional bar. So this directional bar is basically going to tell traffic which direction you want them to go. So if you're on a traffic stop and you want them to move over to the left lane, do that. If you want them to move over to the right lane, do that as well. If you just want them to get away from you, it doesn't matter, use that as well. Or if you just want to let them know that you're there, you can use that one. But you can get pretty creative with the directional bar. We honestly don't really care how you use it for the most part, as long as you're using it in an appropriate manner and not sending people into a lake. I'm actually going to show you guys how to properly clear an intersection. So you're going to want to get your code 3 pattern on, and when you are coming through that intersection, guys, you're essentially going to want to put your you're going to want to have like a whale siren or possibly a high-low, and you're going to want a priority or a yelp, and you're going to honk your horn too, like this. And then once you're through, check both directions, even if the light's green. Just like that, guys. That's the best way to do it if you're responding to a call. Alright guys, but that is going to end today's video. Hopefully this video helped you out. If you guys do have any questions about becoming a police officer in VPD, don't be afraid to comment them. I will happily answer any questions you guys have. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. See ya!